If you would like to support me in making these videos, please check out the link to my Patreon campaign down below. If you support me on Patreon, you will also automatically be entered to one of my monthly giveaways. With the chassis and interior now both finished and waiting for the body to be fit together with those two, I moved on to finishing a couple of the final components that still needed to be painted. So I firstly just primed them, then applied some black and clear coated them in order for them to dry off for a couple of days and then to be put together with the rest of the body pieces. So the primer had been applied, I let that dry for a couple of minutes and then moved on to 2 thin coats of jet black. After applying the second coat of black and fully covering the parts, I let them cure for about 5 to 10 minutes and then moved on to applying a thick coat of clear to make them nice and shiny. Now that the clear has been applied, I set all those parts aside for a couple of days to dry up. After a couple of days, I moved on to some assembly. Most of these parts that are highly visible will be glued together with some Bob Smith Industries Super Gold Plus, as that clear glue should not haze, and it is a super glue, so it dries really quickly and helps me move along really nice and smoothly as well. So just a lot of assembly is going to take place now, and I will also be masking and painting some clear parts. Before I could move on to doing some more assembly, the clear parts for the windows needed to be painted. So I cut out all of the templates with masking tape from the sheet that Tamiya supplied with the kit, and then carefully placed them on the clear parts. Once that was all done, I could move on to giving them a nice coat of black paint. The paint was applied, it got some time to cure, and I could move on to doing some more assembly. The rear view mirror was carefully glued into position. I could glue on the window wiper assembly, and then the clear part itself could be glued into the body. Once the window piece was in position, I held it there with my fingers and ran a bead of glue between the inside of the top window piece and the headliner. I let that cure and it all stayed nicely in place, and in the meantime I moved on to gluing the rear window in place as well. That also functions as the engine cover. With that all done, I just moved on to some other clear parts and the headlight assembly. The taillight lenses and the side markers were painted with a permanent red marker, which makes them nice and clear. It dries super quickly, which means I can move on smoothly into the next transition, just gluing all these parts together. With the taillight housing now in place, that was pretty much all that needed to be glued together on the inside of the body before I could just snap the chassis and interior together with the body. Now that the body, chassis, and interior are all nicely snapped together, I could finish off the chassis. A couple of parts needed to be glued together, and then I could finish that floor pan off. The exhaust tips could be glued on, and then finally all those parts that I painted at the beginning of the video could be glued in as well. After gluing on the door handles, the window wipers, and a couple of clear parts on the rear, the wheels could be pushed in place as well. And these of course are the aftermarket options from Plamos. They are the wheels that are optional on the actual car from Honda or Acura, and Plamos made them in a 24th scale to fit this kit with the existing tires that are supplied with the kit itself. With just a couple of final details left, the license plate frame was put on, some of the metal emblems were put onto the wheels, and finally I could place the mirrors and also the decals on the brake calipers.